Hey, I'm Liz from No Trace. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew a very simple, beginner-friendly purse. It has adjustable straps and it has an outside pocket and an inside pocket. I have a downloadable PDF sewing pattern in my shop for this purse and several variations. So if you're interested, just click underneath this video to follow the link. And let's go. As always, the measurements for the materials are in the description box below this video, so just click underneath if you want to write them all down. This purse has two pockets, one on the outside and one on the inside. So you need two pieces of pocket fabric for the inside that are 10 inches tall, 10.5 inches wide. Same for the outside of the bag, 10 by 10.5. The main panels for the inside and the outside are 11.5 inches tall and 10.5 wide, and you need two for the inside and two for the outside. You're also going to need a 1-inch strap for your purse. This strap is about 55 inches long and it is 1 inch in width. You could use 1-inch cotton webbing or 1-inch ribbon or make your own strap, and I have a tutorial which is linked right here. And you'll also need two scraps of fabric that are 3 by 4. These are going to become the straps that hold the hardware to your bag. And you need a few pieces of hardware for this adjustable strap. You need a 1-inch lobster claw, a 1-inch slider bar, and 1-inch D-rings. And you should be able to find these in your local craft store, but I also have a link in the description box below this video. The very first step is to assemble your pockets, which is really easy. Take your pocket fabric and you want to place it with the right sides together, and then you're going to sew along the top edge with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. All right, at the machine now, I am going to do a back stitch at the beginning, and I'm going to sew all the way down with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Once both of the pockets are sewn, all you need to do is flip them so that you can see the right side of the fabric, and then you're going to want to iron along this top edge so that it lays nice and flat. Now I'm going to pin my pocket onto one of the panel pieces. So I'm going to put this pocket onto one of the outside pieces, and I am lining them up at the bottom edge here, and I am going to pin it in place. I'm also adding a little no trace tag. This is totally optional. I'm going to put it about 3 or 4 inches away from the top edge and pin it on top of the pocket. Then I'm going to get my other outside piece for my purse, and I'm going to put it right side to right side on top of the pocket and the first piece, and then I'm just going to pin these together in a few spots. And I also pinned the inner pieces in the same way, minus the no trace tag, but you can see the pocket is in between the two layers. So now it's time to sew. I'm going to sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance for the inner fabric and the outer fabric, and I'm going to start here on the upper right corner with a little back stitch. And then I'm just going to go all the way around on 3 sides. And I'm just going to show you how to turn a corner in case this is new for you. I'm going to go forward until I'm about a 1/2 inch away from the corner. Then I'm going to lift my presser foot, keep my needle down, and swing the bag around, lower the presser foot, and keep sewing. And now the inner layers are joined and the outer layers are joined. Now I am going to show you how to box the corners. So I am going to take a 1-inch square, 1-inch ruler, and I'm going to put it right on the seam that I just made down at the bottom corner. And then I'm going to trace this with some chalk. You could use pencil or a pen. And I'm going to do that for all 4 of these bottom corners. So 2 on my liner fabric and 2 on my outer fabric. Once all of these are traced out, I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut just to the inside of the chalk line because my chalk is a little bit wide, and so I'm not actually able to get as close to the ruler as I would like. If you use a pen, you can cut right on your pen line. And whatever you do, just do it the same for all your corners and everything should line up pretty well. And of course, I'm saving my little bits. I will be transforming these into some future TBD project, so stay tuned for that. Now that all these bottom corners are cut, I am going to go inside the bag and open it up down at the bottom to create that boxed corner. So I'm going to be bringing these cut sides together just like that. Now there's a pocket in here, so I want to make sure that my pocket fabric gets sewn on the same side for both of these bottom corners. I'm going to do the same thing with my outer material corners. The only difference is that I included a tag. So in that case, I want my tag to be visible. So I want to make sure that my pocket is pinned so that the tag will still show up. If you don't have a tag, you don't need to worry about that. If you positioned your pocket with one side visible and one side you didn't want to show, you would want to pin it so that the side of the pocket that you want to show is showing when you go to sew. And now it's time to sew again. So I'm just going to sew straight down this cut edge with about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to make sure to back stitch here at the start and the stop of my seam. All right, all 4 corners are sewn up. Now it's time to turn the 3x4 pieces of fabric into straps that are going to hold the D-ring on the side of your purse. In order to do that, you want to take your 4-inch length and fold it in half so that now your scrap is 3x2. Then you bring the raw ends towards that center crease and press again. And then fold it another time and press it once more so that now you have a little piece of strap that is 3 inches tall and 1 inch wide. And once they're both ironed, I'm going to take them to the machine. I'm going to top stitch along both long ends of each of my straps. All right, I'm back at my trusty Juki, and I'm just going to sew with a 1/8 inch seam allowance along the long edges, and I'm not doing a back stitch. I'm just going straight down. All right, they both have 2 rows of top stitching. And now I am going to slide the D-ring onto the little mini strap, and I'm actually going to sew it in place with a few rows of stitches right there. I'm going to use my zipper foot for that. And the cool thing about the zipper foot is that it lets me sew closer to the hardware than my standard presser foot. So I'm just going to go down, and then I'm going to back stitch all the way back up and down once more. Now they're done. Now we are going to assemble the straps with the D-rings with the inner and outer layers. I'm going to turn my inner layers right side out, and then I am going to place them inside the outer layers. If you have a pocket, you want the pockets to be on opposite sides, so you don't want your pockets back to back. So I can peek in here, see my pocket, and I'm putting this pocket opposite the other pocket. And now I want to line up the side seams from the inside material with the outside material. And I like to open up those side seams so that they are laying nice and flat. And then line them up with each other. And I'm actually going to pin them together about an inch or two away so that I can put my strap in between these layers right on the side seam. And this is where I can see my imperfections in cutting my fabric, but that is okay. It's all going to vanish. It's going to be on the inside of the bag. No one will be able to see these small differences. Okay, so these layers are pinned together here and here. Now I'm going to take my D-ring strap and put it down. So I want the ring going down into the bottom of the bag, right at the side seam there. I'm going to let it stick out about 1/4 of an inch or so. Probably kind of hard for you to see there. And just pin it right in place. You could also use clips if you're working with a heavier weight material. And I'm also going to add a pin here near the middle of the bag on both sides. Now that it's pinned all along this top edge, it's time to sew. All right, I have my standard presser foot back in place. I'm going to do a back stitch at the beginning. And when I come to a strap, I'm going to sew over it with 3 rows of stitches. So I'm going to go over it, reverse, and go over it one more time. Okay, I've sewn over the other strap, and I'm going to go a little bit further. And then I'm going to stop before I get to my starting point, which is right here, so that there is an opening in my bag. So I'm just going to do a little back stitch and leave an opening here. And now I'm going to go into that opening and pull the whole bag right side out. Now it looks like this, and I'm going to push the liner fabric into my outer fabric. Technically this purse is reversible, which is pretty cool. I'm going to push out those corners, and now I want to iron this top edge of the purse so that it lays really flat. I have my little tabletop ironing board out. It's not my prettiest ironing surface, but it works great because I can just slide the bag on and iron just along the top edge all the way around. And I especially want to do a nice job ironing the opening so that it lines up nicely. I finished ironing around this top edge, and now I am going to do a top stitch all the way around the top edge, about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. And as I'm sewing, I'm making sure I'm only sewing one side of the bag. And the top stitching is finished. The very last step is to get our strap connected to our bag. And the first thing we're going to do is take one end of the strap and sew it on to the slider bar. So the way to do that is to take the end, go into the buckle, and then over the slider bar so that your fabric is on the slider bar, and then we are going to sew it in place. Now, if your strap has a raw edge, you would want to fold it and then sew it. This strap has a finished edge, so I am just going to sew straight across with a zipper foot. The strap is now sewn onto the slider bar. Now I'm going to take the other end of the strap and I'm going to thread it through the D-bar from the inside of the bag towards the outside of the bag. So this direction, just like that. And then I'm going to bring it up and into the slider bar. Make sure there's no twist in your strap and bring the end over and around that center slider bar. And now you have a lovely adjustable strap on one side, but we need to finish up with a lobster claw on this side. So the very last seam is to sew the strap onto the lobster claw. If you opt not to do this, you would sew your strap onto your D-ring. And when you're sewing, you just want to make sure that the underside of the strap is the same when you get to the lobster claw as well. So you want the bottom side to be consistent on your strap. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the end of the strap right here with a few rows of stitches, once again with my zipper foot. It's finished! So cute. Pretty fast too. Like I mentioned, if you want a downloadable pattern that has this version and other versions of this really cute purse, just click the link in the description box below this video.